Hello everyone, and welcome back to Terraria Skyblock. Well, slimes have dots in them. I saw that was a clip from much more later on. For we see, well now plan on making a sky woods. I decided to use clouds for this for a bit. I don't know why I committed to it for that long, but I did. You see, the main reason why I'm doing is to try to find the Aether Island. At least, I believe one exists. For a reminder for everyone tuning in now, this is not just a simple Skyblock world, this is a Skyblock for the Warzy world. This means you have all the for the Warzy mechanics and a few addendums. Right. And that was the part where I died in. Again, I did use oak planks later on for it. So, yeah, that's cool. But, that also means that we also don't... But, back to my little topic. Another thing about it being a Skyblock for the Warzy world is that the solidifier does not spawn in when starting for the Skyblock world. This means that we have to do it the long way and die to a lot of dot slimes. I'm pretty sure poison dot slimes are a For the Warzy exclusive. At the very least, they spawn way more often for the Warzy, because man, did I die a lot to them when making this woods. It was like the single most common enemy. You could see that. I did have times where I did not notice the dots because I was focusing on other things, and other times when I did dots a few times and still died. So, yeah, that is a thing of note. Something to really note. But yeah, again, for my last time what happened as well, get the run up. We got a zombie arm and a few NPCs, and that was pretty much it. We make a lot more progress this time around because this is a post-commentary video, yeah, and it was several days, hours of work and editing it down to make it this short, so like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I should do it much later, but YouTubing. That's all I have to say. Anyway, again, for one, these cloud slimes have been really helpful in making the woods because making a cloud woods, smartest choice I've ever made. No, it's actually a lie. Yeah. But yeah. I see, this was before I put in the wood section. But it is to show you off that dot slime still exists and can shoot off screen and can kill me a lot more times. So yeah. Eyes away. With that said and done, it's time to work on the underground mob farm. Since we now have a rope that goes far enough into the underground. That's cool. And I died a lot making this, and this was probably a amount of time when I thought, I need a better way of doing this than just dying a lot. Then again, this might be a bit before I actually come to that, because I believe graveyard is built long before I actually think of improving on the design. No? So, yeah. So, as I go here, try to sell items that I get from the farm, because that's gonna be the only way I get any from this. And follow back down. No? Again, just to die and repeat the process. I guess we can skip ahead until when I actually start making the decision to make improvements. And improvements I did make. Starting off with, well, having actual blocks on hand to keep cloud blocks. Something now to keep in mind when it comes to all cloud platforms, this is very useful, is that, well, they stop all fall damage. So this time I'm going to use the base of the system, pretty much the thing that's connected to the rope, out of cloud blocks for safety purposes. I first started off by blocking up that app because I had a habit of falling down into hell when someone knocked back me. I also died a lot making it, as you can see. Making a graveyard down here. I do not believe a graveyard helps improve mob weights at all. It just creates echo mist. So, yeah. That will be a problem me slightly in the future. Past will have to deal with. Either way, but the source system worked. I hammered out a small divot so arrows can fly, and I can do small damage to it, and it became a variation 1 of the mob farm. This was actually a very effective strategy, although it had one glaring flaw that I will learn constantly when using this variation, and that is, well, you know how the metal slime splits in 3? It just so happens that there we go, that when it dies, a baby slime might get stuck into the wall and then jump to me. This meaning that I would die, and that would be that. And here it's me falling because I got knocked off, like I said. And so, a bit more improvements, a bigger wall to stop them from happening. I believe that was the last time, more or less, that I unintentionally fell into my death. And, yeah. So that was that, it was pretty much for a map, but yeah. We done server design too with a staircase thing. I was a bit more prepared that last time, but yeah, this thing still has the same problem as last time, where if a base slime gets spawned into a wall, it still kills me. So yeah, because I've added a trap door to flush out slimes and stop overwhelming. That's my theory is basically, if they don't get pushed out, they can't die, and pretty sure mobs don't actually get affected, collide with each other. But it does help weed out slimes. Of course, cave bats can still fly into the top part because, they're cave bats. They can go through platforms as well, that's my mumbled, so not like putting a roof is going to help. That and also affect my rope. I would call it a elevator, but it's not as a elevator. No much ground is really clear. It's just a rope. Does it still count as a elevator if it's just a rope? Eh. You be the judge of that. Either way, after getting attacked by bats more, and of course using the device to help flush out all of the unwanted enemies while I take my grounding. Grounding, yes, no. Clear my surroundings. There. I continue farming, and yeah, this is probably the most effective part of things. But welcome, you want to know why I put a staircase there? It was for grenades, for something that I learned and will eventually re-rumble once a certain demolition spawns. But either way, that's beside the point. Well, now we have the most important unit in the game, this mimic, which, in fact, I don't know what actually causes mimics to spawn. It's either for the walls or skyblock. It causes mimics to start spawning underground, and these mimics have very special items in them. For you see, their pre-hard mode mimics, something that's not possible in normal gameplay. And just being a pre-hard mode mimic means that instead of being a hard mode mimic that drops hard mode items, there are golden chests made sentient, which leads to when it dies, ta-da, an extractor and a cloud in a bottle. So that's cool, neat even. And so of course I go back to farming immediately because I still need more material, still need more money to actually start the grenade project, but yeah, this is the most mobility accessory we have, and it's guarding too, so it's fairly good all things considered. Of course it's not going to beat out some battle stuff, and a goblin tinker would always come in handy, but honestly I have no idea when that's going to happen. Kind of hard to get some things when it's just you and yourself alone. I mean, the NPCs are there, but like, we're gonna have to create our own corruption, or crimson. Don't actually know which world we're in. And that's something for future me to figure out as well. That time is proper future me. Because, yeah. We're not at the point where we can make an arena for a boss fight, but well, we'll get there in time. But anyway, after dying there, we can finally place down a post-factory geologist who showed up because we actually killed enough mobs to get them. And we have a rope, some scrolls, and things, books, cats, licenses. All a bunch of useless stuff for where we're at. Since there's not a whole lot of anything. I mean, I guess the scroll hook might come in handy, but I mean, we'd have to plant the trees beforehand, and we are ready. No, actually, it's actually at this moment, we'll say, that we actually can get our second ability upgrade, but first we'd have to make a bunch of stuff. Well, we have saw blades. Yeah, we already have the hook. What am I talking about? I guess I just kind of lost that in editing. Dang it. Well. We have the hook now. We have the kind of bottle. Cool, great stuffs. So yeah, I get it was. I believe I might have actually cut it out, but yeah, no. I think that I might have accidentally cut it out, but it was just from a skeleton. It's not new or cool. The kind of bottle was the more unique thing anyway. But anyway, it might have been from that. But yeah. Anyway, we now also encounter a traveling merchant down here, which means we have to get the third and final mobility upgrade. We also saw that I had upgraded the farm a bit. So, yeah. This was a rather diced up video. I'm sorry about that. Oh, wait, shoot. The thing that was shown was actually the conveyor belt. How we can get it. Slimes underground can spawn as conveyor slimes. They don't jump at all and just rapidly move forward. When you kill them, you get a conveyor belt, which can only be gotten by the mechanic normally, so very great for automation. Kind of a very splicey chopped, like I said, very splicey chopped up episode, but well, I wanted to make a video to showcase that no, the Skyblock series is still it still exists, even if I am bad at keeping up schedules. Yeah. So yeah, here's the pretty much the final stretch of the thing I created. The Sky Whale, accessible only by those with minecarts or roller skates. this will actually be a pretty good boss arena since, well, the only mobs that can spawn are fighting mobs, so we can basically deal with any and all threats, and this will actually be very useful for Skeleton as well. Dark castles can't spawn in if there is no ground to spawn on. So yeah. Of course, I would need high platforms and then they'll spawn on those platforms, but we can cross that bridge when we get there. Either way. With that, when the change in the background, I think it's a good place to, well, make a stopping point in most of the ways. Not in the Minecraft way, but more on the placing down a few torch blocks to help make a new biome eventually. And of course, just testing out how the whole system would work. Again, I believe I did put bumpers there. If I not, well, it's not like expanded. It's gonna be expanded later to find the 8th island if it exists. But yeah, it changes as I was checking, it changes this background design, which means we definitely are making it somewhere. I don't know where, but yeah. Because these blocks will basically be for use in Biome 2, Cloud Island 2, I guess is more accurate. Electric Boogaloo. Is that still relevant, by the way? But yeah, and now with that, thank you all so much for watching. See you next time for what I'm doing next, and I hope to see you around. Bye bye! Hopefully next time we can make a bit more noteworthy progress. Alright, bye.